Welcome to the American Indian College Fund College Readiness Programming. The American Indian College Fund was founded in 1989. For over 31 years, the College Fund has been the nation's largest charity supporting Native students' access to higher education. We provide scholarships and programming to improve Native American students' access to higher education and the support and tools that they need to succeed. The mission of the American Indian College Fund is that we invest in Native students and tribal college education to transform lives and communities. Here is a map that you can see where all our schools are located. We partner with 35 tribal college universities. I am excited to introduce the Career Readiness and Employment program, Anna Marie Stevens, who is the program administrator. She is going to be doing a presentation with you focusing on a focus assessment. Take it away, Anna Marie.
Skikdash, Anibajiki Anna Marie Stevens. I am a member of the Donna O'odham Nation from Southern Arizona. I have been in higher education for over 20 years, predominantly mainly in my community of the Donna O'odham Nation at Donna O'odham Community College. I've also worked for our tribal office in scholarships and One Stop. I am a first generation college student and also a member of the school board. I've been a member of the school board for about 6 years, working on improving our school system on O'odham Nation. I also belong to a grassroots organization called Indivisible Donna, and I'm going to go over our website page for college and career readiness, but focusing on Focus 2, which is an assessment tool that's helpful for exploring. Next slide. So I do want to share that on our page for American Indian College Fund, there are under the Career Readiness Employment tab. These are the different areas that we focus on, but I'm going to have us focus on the top program, which is the academic program and job. So if you click on there when you're going through it, it will take you to our Focus 2 assessment. Next slide. So under the Focus 2 assessment, this is a career planning foundation tool, which is very helpful. I took the time to go through all these assessments that are on this page to be able to explain to you some of the great things that the program has. So I highly recommend that you take at least, if you can do all of them, it's great. It probably would take like an hour to go through all of them. Some of them are short, some of them are long. However, some of them kind of go off the previous assessment and will ask you to choose like 3 things that stand out to you. So looking at your career plan, you're looking at your career planning involvement, they'll ask you as far as like what your interests are, where are your strong points, what things do you think that you're in doing, and from there it gives you an assessment of like what stands out for you and based upon those interests. So it'll give you some interest in different career paths based on the questions that you did. And then also, if you go through your academic strengths, it'll go over like what you enjoy as far as learning. That's very helpful in regards to what you want to study. And then leading up to am I ready for a career? Am I ready for a career? And developing your work skills. Excuse me. Next slide. Another assessment is looking at who you are as an individual and what you like to do with your free time as far as like drawing, going running, baking, different things like that. Thinking about your leisure time if you're a reader and if you're not a reader, and any skills that you bring to the to the table, and looking at those things that could help you explore different occupations and majors that might align with your skill set. one of the great things that it also does, if you take all these assessments, it combines your results. And it merges all that information together, looking at those occupations and majors that match what you gave. So that's what I did, and you can hit combine. So next slide. So it's interesting to see when the questions that came up for me was I had a combination of different things that I was interested in. So I had enterprising as one of my top ones and a social. So I had to make a choice of going with, am I going to go with the social aspect or going to enterprising? I decided I was going to go with social mainly because I wanted to see where it led me, and I'll go over a little bit why later, but this is some information about, and it gives you detailed information about yourself and why that's important to you. And I think it's really helpful because a lot of this describes who I am as an individual. Next slide. So, my career planning um, plan involvement gives you an assessment, and it looks at the Holland Code. And we'll go over what the Holland Code is in regards to your area. So Holland Code has 6 different areas that it looks at as far as your interests. So for the top 3, for mine is social, enterprising, and artistic, and those all fall into my top 4. And then, I mean, top 3, sorry. You can, next slide. So it gives you a description of what S stands for, what E stands for, and A stands for. And then it gives you a layout of some of those things that fall into that area based on what you answered. And this is based on me. So one of the things that I like to do is working in teams. I like to help people. I like meeting new people. I like working with groups. I usually am pretty friendly and understanding. One of the things in the second area is that I like selling as far as like leading up to promoting items. I like influencing others people, which is something that I really enjoy because I have worked with students for over, I want to say like 15 years, but in higher education, particularly, like I like the opportunity of working with students and seeing them develop and grow and expand and move on. I think those are great things for me. Um, and then on the artistic side, for me, I do a lot of things as far as work, um, giving the opportunity to plan events, create projects, do different things that involve art, but also being home. I think like for me, during the pandemic, I really had to figure out like what would make me happy because you're stuck at home, and I created a craft room, did different things here at my house. Now it's just when I have the time to do some of those things, but I still enjoy drawing. I still enjoy crafting, creating different things. So those are things that fall into my area. So next slide. So one of the things I want to point out when you come to this, it gives you information about different careers that you could look into, what careers that they have, and what training they have in order to take that job or to have that job, what tasks that you have to complete in order to be in that particular field, any working conditions for that job, any educational requirements as far as having a degree, having professional experience, and then any professional associations that go along with this job. On this, so I decided that I was going to focus on alumni relation coordinator. The funny thing is that when I chose this, it did not come under like a social. If I didn't go with social as my first choice, that this job didn't come up. But if I switched it over to enterprising, it did. So because of that, I was like, I'm going to focus on this and I'm going to tell you, things it can change. But it also goes over when you go into the slide, it goes over on the side. It gives you information about how much you will earn in this job, what outlooks to look for, any values that fall into that area, and your skills that fall into those areas. And I think this is helpful looking into a job but it also gives you like what schools you can have these programs. How can you find those programs and where they're at? So for me, this was really helpful. And I think for as a student, anybody who's has the time to explore and look at like trying to figure out what they want to do in the future, as far as getting a degree or looking at a profession, hearing from different people, because it does give you the option to like get into different links to hear from different individuals. That's really helpful. Next slide. And this is another great area. This right here just gives you the opportunity to explore different possibilities as far as what you want to, what major do you want to go into? What occupation do you, if you want to see two occupations side to side and you're thinking like, oh, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do this, and you can do a comparison, explore any of these areas, but also look into us if you know, like, I'm dead set and I'm gonna go to the University of Arizona. I want to see what the University of Arizona has to offer me, what kind of programs do they have, and you can search into that area. Maybe you're deciding you want to go to a tribal college and you can look into what tribal colleges have to offer, what programs that they have. Next slide. So the next thing I want to point out is that it also has this opportunity to create a roadmap to store your academic experience along with your professional experience. So you can go in and it's like, it'll help you create a resume. It'll help, this is a way to help you keep track of your interest, like your goals that you're trying to attain. So keep track of your education. You can go in there and plug in any information you want to put in there as far as your educational experience. It's same for your professional development. If you got any internships, you had any research projects, if you had any jobs, those things you can add in there. And then you can save that information, save the colleges that you are looking at, and then it'll mix it. And you can actually get a huge summary about your report. It's a summary report. If you click on that, it'll give you more information. And I think this is a helpful tool for students to start using, especially now when you have an opportunity to think about what you want to be going to school for in the future, or what do you want to study, or what career are you interested in. I, I think high school is a great time to give you that exposure of exploring and take opportunities to go see and participate in college fairs, participate in summer programs, because those will help you getting you to your next steps. Next slide. So I want to share this really great opportunity that our program oversees for career readiness and employment. We offer a student professional development grant for 2,500. Every semester, we will be putting this out. And what it is, it gives students the opportunity to get paid or look at projects and figure out how this is going to help them develop and explore and learn both their hard skills and transferable skills, looking at long-term professional objectives and outcomes they want to develop, and then also explore project ideas. So I want to give you what areas that you can kind of think about. So if students are doing an internship, they could submit for this. If students are doing some kind of research, they can submit for this. If they're doing a service learning project, they can commit and submit an application for this. Also, any field work that they are doing. It starts with the scholar deciding if they're going to apply for this. They have to find a faculty or an advisor to sign off on their paperwork with them. They have to submit a proposed project in regards to what they want to do. They have to talk about the professional skills that they're going to gain, any impacts that that's going to have on them, what they want to learn from this experience. And one of the things is budgeting this money, the $2,500. And I think the budget is a huge thing. So all those four areas that I hit upon If you're the one doing the work as a scholar, you can pay yourself to do this work, to do the internship program. But also, if you need supplies, if you need to buy supplies for this, you can also put that information in there and buy supplies to get you to do your project for that semester. And at the end, there is a reporting component where students have to come back and report about their project, share about their budget. The faculty has to share information about what you gained from it, what you learned from it, and then overall, just what about what you gained from this whole experience of getting this additional funding. And this is additional funding. It's separate from your scholarship. It's funding that's going to help you do something in your community. And I do want to share that we've had at least 33 students this past semester apply for this grant. And I had the opportunity to read all those 33 applications. It was very empowering to see what students want to be doing and what they're focusing in and what they're studying. Um, and it could be from somebody in their community who is doing a project on language revitalization and the things she needs to do or things they need in order to get out in the community or anything they want to, an event they want to have in the community as far as promoting language revitalization. I've also had students who have done something in regards to doing a project on health, doing a project with animals, studying, doing research in the community on solar energy or anything like that. So these are different things that are really powerful for students and giving them the opportunity to learn and grow to help them professionally gain skills that they're going to need when they're in their career. So if you ever have an opportunity to apply for this, please keep this in mind. I think it's a very powerful way for students to gain that experience. Next slide. I want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me this time to be a part of this presentation. Once again, my name's Anna Marie Stevens. My contact information is included, my phone number and my email address, but thank you for this opportunity to present to you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Anna Marie, for the wonderful presentation. To all our higher pathway partner high schools, we really encourage you to take the time for your students to do this assessment. They will gain some really good knowledge about themselves and what they want to do in their future. So thank you for coming and sharing this opportunity and resource with us.